What has this become?
Welcome back to Game Corner is what it's become, Joshua.
Oh!
Yeah.
Good!
I don't have a shield.
We're here!
I'm gonna stab people. Old man, you've made a mistake. The future is now.
He's like 30.
I said what I said.
That's you in
Time
6
to free
years.
my bird. Hey, Shabingu, what? Can't take swords outside of the sparring hall. Well, I have a license from the Minister of Swords.
I've got a license to ill.
I am the protagonist. You can't stop me.
This is true.
Well, he's not missing anymore. I found him, but
Well, you know where he is. You didn't find him.
I'm making exception just once, but remember that Skyloft is a peaceful place. Only knights carry swords.
Skyloft is a peaceful place. Only the law enforcement carry weapons.
Yep. That's why it's
That never goes wrong.
By force. Sure, you get plenty of practice on these logs first. I think I know how to do it. I've used a sword. There you go.
Good job.
Thank you. Oh.
You got fucking double teamed by a log.
You know what? I think that's enough sword practice for today. I was trying to hold ZL to block again because I was like, I get too used to another video game, and then I remembered I don't have a shield. A whole lot of back and forward at the minute.
Welcome to the game.
Welcome to Zelda.
This game's just like that, unfortunately.
That's true. We could not space run this video game.
Oh, no, no.
I think. I feel pretty confident saying that. I'm going the right way still.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You want to go over the waterfall?
Yeah. Speaking of the space
We're not talking about that.
we're not talking about
Hey,
space.
Adam.
Yeah?
How are you? Well, this is episode 3. This is
Yeah.
about time we usually do this. How's it going,
I
buddy?
shoved this box. Why are you back?
You reloaded the area.
That's true, I did. I'm okay. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Nice. How's life?
Fine.
This is, I'm going to say...
I don't know when this is coming out. I want to say like May.
You guys have a schedule? What's the schedule? I don't know. I
think-
live a lawless life.
Because at the moment, we just had Link's Awakening episode 15 turn up. Fucking release.
Yup, that's the one.
Released
What?
yesterday. And I think we have 5 episodes left. I think we got like a good 20.
I forgot this was a feature.
Yes, because you didn't really use it on the Wii, but this
Yeah.
one's a lot more responsive.
You know what else I realized is, speaking of events in my life, I'm an animator for a video game, which should be getting a trailer like next Wednesday. But I'm also now looking at this game through the eyes of someone who has to do animation for a living, and I'm like, some poor sod had to deal with all of this in all the different positions that Link can move his arm, and I feel so sorry for them.
Well, surely they just make the arm opposable and it's just track this.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how they did it. It's like, I think it's with a lot of blend spaces, and they have it as different. They have like a base idle animation, and then they have different positions where they've put the arm in it, and also the hand that pick up when you motion control stuff. But even still, that's a lot of different positions.
Fair.
It's a lot of work, is what I'm saying. And basically, whatever the team behind this game did a real good job.
They did. It's Nintendo. It's quality.
That's true. It's the time.
9 times out of 10.
9 times out. I will accept that. Only because I know there's examples, but I can't think of them right now, so I won't fight you.
Neither can I.
Yeah.
But also, I could probably point out that they were done by a third-party studio.
Hmm.
Maybe, I don't know.
How flippin' far I realise is
Except
Link's
if-
echolocation to have heard his bird,
Yeah.
Shabingus Jr.
It should be English.
That's what
Except
we're
if, except if we're talking about Nintendo between the years of 2015 and 2014 to 2016.
Yeah.
At which point, that was not a good period.
Yeah.
That was a bad
Do you all
period.
remember what games came out then? Because I don't.
Link Between Worlds,
Oh, okay, that was.
Metroid, Federation Force,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Blast Ball.
One of these days, I need to actually play that game. As the resident Metroid man.
It's got Samus in it.
That's true, it does.
She's the final boss.
Yeah, also true. But also, it's quite funny that it's like, so there's, I followed, I don't know if you remember Shine Sparkers from back
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
day. I follow them, and they've recently just made like a big community Discord for people who want to play Blast Ball and Federation Force.
Because apparently Blast Ball was like fine.
Yeah. Like, as I played the demo, it seemed pretty alright.
It was like okay.
But like, I forgot you could do that.
What, backflip?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just do a somersault.
Yeah,
Get up there.
you've
Link.
got spin attacks left to right and also up and down.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, the I don't know much about Federation Force because
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention because I was like, wow, this looks like it's Four Swords but worse.
It was weird that it was like Federation Force and Triforce Heroes came out around the same time and tried to do the same kind of thing.
Yeah, they were
But
like,
it was also with like Triforce Heroes, you get a Zelda game every year. It's fine. With Metroid, it's like this is the first thing we've heard from the series since Other M.
they were really pushing 3DS multiplayer because that was about the same time that Smash came out as well.
True.
So I think
I think Smash was a couple years earlier.
yeah,
but-
Smash came out first, and then they were like, wait, people really like doing multiplayer, so we'll just make multiplayer games in these franchises.
Yeah.
Because Federation Force was not supposed to be a Zelda, Metroid game. It was
No, yeah,
supposed
that's
to be a different, like, new IP.
Look at them flipping clouds, my guy.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a giant fart cloud of devastation.
What I was going to say was, the funniest part about Federation, Samus being the final boss in Federation Force,
Yeah.
is I've seen that cutscene,
Yeah, I think I have
and
to.
the Galactic Federation just go, that's Samus, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Fuck you. If you die, we'll tell your family.
Yep, that's basically it.
That you beat Samus, and they go, what? How did you do that?
You know what we can also talk about now is kind of because we've both played Dread, and we've also at this point
Dread
I've
will have
finished
finished. Dread will have finished by the time
So
this
we
comes
can
out.
kind of talk about Dread's story.
I'm hoping.
Oh,
Let's not lose hope. Yeah, fuck it. Anyway, yeah, talk
Dread's
about
very
Dread.
good. That's all I really wanted to say. I flipping love Metroid Dread.
Yeah, Dread was alright.
It was flipping amazing.
The plot was like it threw everything at you in the last 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, it really was just like you spend half the game wondering what the hell's going
the
on. It
fuck
tells
is
you what's
going
going on, and then everything just keeps ramping up.
And then the X-Parasite's there, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I guess this is it. And then at the end, the bird turns up and is like, I'm your dad.
Someone made a video. Someone I follow made a video about making a tier list of how many Metroid games you kill your dad in. There's a surprising amount of them. He finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way to commit patricide.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
like,
there he is.
fucking Ironbeak turns up at the end and is just like, I'm your dad. Fuck you.
But it's also he's like.
I want to
fully-
make you the Metroid.
You're a Metroid now, Samus. Also, I will point out, Owen did flip and call it. Like, not quite as soon as Samus started doing weird glowy stuff, but at one point he was like, oh, she's a Metroid now. And I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
You do this every time.
Like, I only know as much about Metroid lore because I've been friends with you for 10 years.
Yeah, that's
Over
true.
10 years. Like, what did we work at? Like 13?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
it's like
like
13 years. Like, whole people have been born since we were friends.
that. I don't like that phrase.
I mean, you could do that. You could do that with anything. Let's be honest.
That's
like
also
people
true.
have been born between now and Metroid Dread's release 6
Yeah.
months ago,
Yeah.
6, 7 months ago.
It was. Perspectives are
But like,
assholes.
but the point, the really disturbing point about how long we've been friends is people have been born and become teenagers since we became friends,
Yeah.
which is terrifying.
Not fond of that.
No,
Can you, like, retract words for me?
no,
I wish you could.
I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, Metroid lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I only know that as much about Metroid lore that I do because I've been friends with you for so long.
Yeah.
And
Guilty. In fairness, I think it's also the opposite for Zelda.
you probably.
Because I have like a passing interest. I do like Zelda, but you're the one who deep dives, and this is me like.
I like high fantasy and swords.
The weird thing is so do I. I think I actually prefer fantasy to sci-fi. It's just like Metroid just flipping does it for me in terms of gameplay.
Fantasy and sci-fi as genres are on equal footing for me.
Yeah,
I really like both of them.
me too. I think I juiced
Fantasy,
it
I
out.
think, would just about edge it out again for me as well.
My favorite type of fantasy though is the type of fantasy where it's like, it's fantasy, but also there's weird magic tech stuff. But also,
Yeah, I don't like that so
sometimes-
much. Even though
It's
I
like-
do want to play Final Fantasy VI.
Not when it's like super in your face.
Yeah.
But like when it's like how Breath of the Wild does it. I think how I have a lot of complaints about Breath of the Wild, but I think that's
so-
one of the things it does really well.
So you like fantasy, but this guy has a gun.
yeah, kind
Right.
of.
Okay. Everyone has a sword except for that guy who's got a
Yeah.
flintlock.
Yeah. I dig that aesthetic too.
Yeah.
But it's like Final Fantasy VII, I think, is pushing it too far in the other direction.
Oh, yeah.
For me,
Seven
anyway.
is like where Final Fantasy stops being fantasy and starts being sci-fi
Yeah.
with fantasy elements.
Yeah.
I from my opinion,
off
anyway.
a legend. What happens if I just don't press the button?
Because 8 is even worse than that because it's like modern day stuff.
Ah, okay.
Like not modern day, but it has like a modern day aesthetic, and they have guns, and they're like, it's not great
Oh,
in my
I forgot
opinion.
you have to do this.
9 goes back to fantasy.
It's just gonna let me do this.
Yeah, until you press
Okay.
the button.
Wow, it really is just until you press the button. Okay.
Yeah. They just let you fall forever.
Whee!
That's why I like 14 so much, because 14 goes back to, like other Final Fantasy games have done it since then. I'm not a big Final Fantasy nerd, so I don't know the specifics.
True.
9 goes back to fantasy, which is why I really like 9. But 14 is like, hey, you, this is all swords and magic and shit, but the evil guys have all the tech,
Yeah.
and you will kick them and steal their tech.
And Final Fantasy 15 is actually also just modern times, isn't it?
15, I watched a plot summary of 15, and I still don't understand
I
it.
watched a video on 15, and the editing in it almost gave me a headache, but it was hilarious.
It might have been the same one I watched.
It's the Maxor one,
I don't know who made it.
but it's like
It's like a
intentionally really over
It's
the
like
top
a
ridiculous.
5-minute.
Oh no, it wasn't that then.
Oh, I don't know if it was the same.
It tells you how to break the game economy with a turtle. and
No,
it's
it wasn't that
and
one,
It's
no.
great.
It wasn't that one. But yeah, like
Oh, it's okay.
he like detailed the plot in like 5 minutes or so,
Yeah.
and
Oops.
there's so much for Final Fantasy 15. There's so much. Go to this place and they want to kill this guy, but this guy dies, and then the
Yeah.
party splits and you follow them, but you only can know the other group's storyline if you play this mobile game.
Yeah.
It
It's
goes
really
all
weird
Kingdom
like that.
Hearts, and I'm just like, I have no desire to play this game.
Yeah. The combat looks fun, but
I didn't even see the combat. I just was like, what's the story like? This is
Yeah.
confusing. No thanks.
I don't know about you, Shabingu.
Your loved one looks like he's flying great.
Yeah. Considering he was trapped in a cave for a while.
My father and others are probably worried about your bird, so let's give him the good news.
To be honest, if I was stuck in a cramped space and then tried to run a marathon, I'd probably keel over and die.
Well, you would. That's why you got to stretch.
Although I'd also probably keel over and die if I tried to run a marathon anyway, so...
Your life was really amazing, considering everything the poor guy's been through this morning.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm gonna fly back and tell father what happened. It's like 60 feet. Just walk.
Just walk. Oh, here he comes.
shit.
Here he comes. Rougher than Knuckles.
Well, if it isn't Chubbingu. Walk word around the plaza as you found that dumb bird of yours.
He's very intelligent.
Well, that's just great, because you and your dumb bird can't tell time. All the pre-race warm-ups me and the guys did were for nothing. Now I'm all stiff.
Hey, jerked off stretch. It was great.
We've been waiting forever for the race to start, and they delayed it for you. I don't get it. The big Lake gets special treatment.
It's almost like I'm a legendary hero. or
You're
something.
almost a man, and yet you still can't seem to go anywhere without Zelda.
As foreshadowing, I think.
I bet you can't even decide what to have for lunch on your own.
Egg.
And I don't think we noticed it. Just the one egg.
Egg. This place is covered in birds. What else do you need?
That sounds like a hate crime. Oh, Zelda and I are best friends. We go everywhere together. I'm in pain.
Josh is flipping died.
You think you're pretty suave, don't you? Well, don't you?
You know what? I am pretty fly for a white guy.
All the girls say.
Moose has been going out forever about who's gonna be the one to be with Zelda. He's really got his pompadour in a ruffle about her. Yeah.
Stretch's entire lines up until like the end game is duh.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, but today's the day I bust up this adorable little fantasy land you're living in.
Hi.
Zelda's playing the role of the goddess at today's ceremony, and I'm gonna be the one to claim that sailcloth.
Just like stretch out your hair.
When I heard she made it herself, man, ain't no way I was gonna let some scrawny clown snatch that prize from me.
I just had the mental image of Bruce with no hair gel and it's cursed.
Well, he looks like an emo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sailcloth, Zelda's sailcloth will be mine.
He's gonna like wrap his head in that as he goes to sleep and just huff.
I bet. Hello.
It's Owen! That's alright. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great.
This actually might come up in the recording since I'm talking.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah, it will.
Say hello to world famous Poke streamer Motad.
Hey, Motad.
You want to hear what voice I do
That's
for
not
Bruce?
how I expect that to go, but it went.
Oh man, I was thinking. I bet she was thinking about me when she was stitching it. Yeah, I could see it now. First I win the big race, and then Zelda and I finish the ceremony together on the statue. Just the two of us.
It's the two of us. He's been doing this the entire time.
God, that's awful.
You should hear some of the other stuff we've come out with.
Oh, Zelda's turning up in a minute if you want to hear her voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll stick around.
It'll be our special moment alone. Nobody's gonna stop me from Zelda from having our Just skip it. I can't do it
Okay.
anymore. Oh yeah.
Goose, Goose behind you, right behind you.
Can't you see I'm in the middle of jacking myself? Can't explain what you just meant by a special moment alone. Fuck you, buddy. I can see you with your little dick hanging out.
We've had 4 hours of sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing big. Like Aaron's dick. I fit it in, ladies and gentlemen. Are you proud of me?
Shabingu, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're called Shibingu, by the way. Cause
I was just telling my buddy here how glad I was. He found his bird of his. Boy, am I looking forward to a fair race.
I tried to name us Shibingus, but it didn't fit.
Anyhow, Zelda, look for me during the race. I'll be the one pulling off all the dangerous moves.
So you're like 3.
Yeah. My
I
face
beg for
hurts,
death.
my lungs hurts, my throat
Hey,
hurts.
Goose, wait up.
You hear that guy, fair race? Chances of happening just by less than 0. Fucking hate that guy. Either way, don't let those fools get you down, Chibinger. Just get out there and fly the best you can.
I'm once again thinking Link's just like the only thing going through his head is currently the clapping monkey with
Yeah,
the
with the
cymbals,
cymbals.
backflipping.
I know you got these guys beaten deep down. I think you do too.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I almost did. Hey, chat, what option did I do? Yeah. Shabingus is a
That's the
good
spirit,
guy.
Chibinger. Trust me, you can win this. Did? Yeah. That wasn't. I was gonna make a joke, but it wasn't gonna be funny.
You've already shown 90% more restraint than I have this entire playthrough.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, hey, do you think he introduced himself as Shubingus and everyone just forgot the end of his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, which wasn't
Maybe.
funny. Looks like it's race time. Good luck, Shubingus.
Good save, Josh.
I'ma see you later. Watch out for the chemtrails.
Oh no.
They're coming to catch you.
It's just Loftwings are making colored smoke. How? I want to know how.
Plants.
I was gonna.
That was where I was going with first.
Yeah, I
but
was
then do they
going
just
with-
like sprinkle a bunch of colored dust behind them?
At last, we were ready to begin the wing ceremony.
Yeah.
I was beginning to worry that we'd have to proceed without Shubingu, but luckily, it's no longer a concern.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can make it before we start. I'll explain the rules for today's competition.
That Loftwing looks like it says slurs.
Just because he's yellow, Aaron. Adam.
No, it's just the way it's holding itself. It looks like a Karen. If ever there was a Karen Loftwing, it's that one. Yeah. The worst part about it is I was looking at it, and for a second I thought there was just like a smaller Loftwing laying horizontally next to it, and before I realized it had something tied to its foot. I'm having a day.
Whoever catches the bird and claims the statuette will be this year's champion. Those are the rules. Simple enough, I should think, but you need to hear them again.
No, you've tutorialized enough to me today.
Excellent.
No, it's Still.
But it was bigger than the rest of the
Oh,
text.
right.
As you know, today's champion will graduate to the next class, bringing him one step closer to the knighthood.
Yay.
He will also receive a gift from the young woman chose to play the role of the goddess in this year's ritual.
Hey, Pora, what are you thinking?
I hope we have soup in the canteen.
What are those eyes see?
If only I could remember my wife's face.
25th anniversary.
It's the 20. It's
like when the game came out.
this made sense in 2011.
Yep.
All right, bye.
We'll see you next time on Game Corner. I think.